Hey y'all, Cat the Vat here. No more toes for you. Today, I'm here to talk about a couple things, and mainly, first and foremost, make an apology video, because I did some crazy shit recently. I did two crazy shits recently, but I'm gonna explain why it all wraps together in a second. They're both having an impact on me, it seems. So, number one is, I made a new YouTube account with a different name, and I filled it out and made a video as a detrans woman. I called the video Coming Back to God or something, detrans story. I talked about how testosterone damaged my body. I talked about, I don't know, just the negatives that I have associated with testosterone. You know, I'm bigger than I feel like I should be. I'm a large human. My heart can't keep up with my body. I have this thing where almost every time I stand up, I like lose my vision. I almost black out. My doctor doesn't know what's wrong. I just assume it's that I have a heart that's not big enough for my body. And testosterone is the reason for that. Testosterone is the reason I'm so tall. Testosterone is the reason for so many of the perceived issues that I have in my life. My dysphoria, the size of me, the shape of me. Testosterone has had a large impact in this. And I created this channel with the desire to be accepted as a woman, or just accepted in general. I'm chronically online, as many of you probably know. There's a lot of anti-trans rhetoric on the internet. There's a lot of money that goes into pushing these ideas, and it weighs on me sometimes. And the videos I make where I talk about dysphoria and I talk about negative things and I relish in the negative, I don't think it's good for my mental health. So I made a different channel. I feel like Cat the Vat, largely because of the content that I posted before, that I did end up taking down temporarily. Everything's unlisted. You can still see it in the playlists, but I unlisted everything. I'll probably go back and add some of the things back in, but I feel like I've said so many things on this channel that hold me to the negative. And I wanted to create this new YouTube channel where I could reframe my experiences in my own head and maybe have a more positive congruence with my body. As now I'm, a detrans woman coming to terms with this thing that happened because of testosterone, as compared to some freaky tranny or something. Because that's how I feel inside, often. And I don't know, it feels really pitiful to say this. It feels like I'm a loser and a freak and harmful and dangerous. And I've had people tell me multiple times in my past that, oh, you're dangerous to all trans people. Oh, these things are dangerous. And I don't know. Maybe they're right, Maybe everybody is right, and that I'm just hurting people. I'm not actually helping people get out of the misery. Maybe I'm just helping other people sit in the misery. I don't know. Now, the other thing that happened here is that I reached out to an ex of mine recently. And when I reached out to my ex, so I've thought a lot. I haven't talked to this particular ex in 2 years. And we were together for a couple years, 3 years. It's kind of fuzzy. Things are a little bit complicated towards the end and towards the beginning, but 3.5 years, roughly. Substantial amount of time. We got together in high school. It was a thing. And I have thought a lot about how, in the time that her and I were split, I thought about how she only liked the masculine versions of myself. She liked the me that I was, not the me that I like am. And I don't know, I took it really personally that she didn't like me um, as what I deemed to be my authentic self, which who knows if I was genuinely being authentic or if I was like leaning into something so far so that I could understand it better. I don't know. There's this idea in like training language models and like AI models that at first you need a large period of over specialization, I don't think over generalization is the right word, but like you need the excessive data points so that you're able to like process it out later. And that's why I think we see, in human developmental period, during puberty times, you see people change a lot as they are trying to figure out how they want to proceed and like what works. And I was doing that in our relationship, but she had only known me as the masculine version of myself, which was the protector, right? It was the one that needed to keep us safe. It was the one that hid a lot of aspects of ourselves. And personally, when I think of my male self, I think of awful things. And like the way that I interacted with people in the past is not something that I'm proud of. It's not something that I enjoy. It's not something that I like. And yet, seemingly, everybody around me, everybody in my life, not everybody, but a large number of people in my life liked that version more than this version that is trying to be full of love and understanding and like, whereas before I was operating out of hate and void, as I used to say, there's the void inside of me that I was operating out of. People liked that, and now that I'm trying to operate voidless, right? I'm trying to like fill the void. Well, that's what I have been doing. That was the overgeneralization. I was filling the void. I was trying to fill the void. And then people don't like me anymore. Or different people like me now, I guess. But I don't know. I really did take it personally. Now, well, you might be asking, why did you mention both of these things? I did both of these things impulsively at around the same time. I prepared and I sent this text. It took a long time. The conversation, I'm really bad at responding. Like, I keep leaving like weeks in between responses because I'm struggling so hard to like wrap my brain around all the things. And I will say that the conversation has been very healing for me, I think, in that like, I don't know. I really did take it personally that she doesn't like Cat. She only liked my dead name. I took it really personally. And it wasn't just her. Again, it was all of the people around me that I took it personally with. But like, I really did take a lot of it personally. And now it's like, who even am I, right? Like, I was my dead name. Then I was Cat. I could be anybody. I could be literally whoever I wanted. Because if I could pretend to be a guy, if I could make that reality work for so long, guaranteed I can make any reality work. So I made this channel where I wanted to be validated as a woman. I wanted people to sympathize with me for the damage that testosterone has done to me, rather than call me a freak or call me a man or call me any of these terms that I have suffered under for so long. And it didn't work because it's crazy people shit to think that you can just, I don't know, to pretend to be somebody else on the internet. But that's the thing. I think I am mentally ill, but not like mentally ill. Like, I have issues, y'all. And like, that's part of the reason why I also feel like maybe I'm hurting people. Because what if I am just so caught up in my own hurt still that I'm giving it out to others, just like I was before. When I was a guy, I was so caught up in my own hurt and my own pain and my own hatred that I gave it out to others in the form of words and actions and behaviors and attitudes. And yeah, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to be harmful. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm mocking them either. Like, I wasn't making that video to mock detrans people. I was making that video because honestly, I'm a bit envious, and I wish that I could happily detrans and like return to normal life, return to normalcy in a way where people around me could accept it a little bit easier, you know? Especially if I could detrans as a woman and like return to womanhood. And in the video I made, I didn't explicitly say like, oh, I'm FTMTF. I just said that I transitioned from a relatively ungendered child to a male social role, as was expected of me, to a female role. I was doing like half-truths in the video, and I've since taken it down. Isaac made a new channel, he reacted to it, and he also uploaded the video, which, I don't know, it's good for record's sake, I guess, but I just wanted to be normal my whole life. I've just wanted to be normal. I don't really know how else to put it, but I would be in school, I would be out of school, I would be researching how to make friends, how to get people to like you, how to get a girlfriend, how to not be so lonely, how to love yourself, how to be a girl, how to not be a guy, how to not be me. I spent my whole life trying to run away from how I truly felt inside because I wanted affirmation from others outside. And me making this channel, me reaching out to my ex, I think it all comes from the same thing of like, honestly, I have not been doing great mentally. I don't want to get too into the specifics, but mentally I've really not been doing well. I've been feeling extremely isolated. I feel out of place everywhere. I feel out of place even in spaces that are dedicated to my YouTube channel, or like, quote unquote, dedicated to me. I feel out of place. I feel awkward. I don't feel like I fit in. I've been feeling a lot of those same feelings of isolation and like, who the fuck am I? Recently, that I felt when I was younger. And I think it's because of where I live, which is beautiful, don't get me wrong. You guys see me in you did see me in videos all over the forest. I love being in the forest. But I don't know. I dropped out of school. I have been life denying, quote unquote, for a couple years. Like, I ran away to the middle of nowhere. I lived in a city. I ran away to the middle of the forest in Michigan. I don't live there anymore, so I guess I can say that. And then I just ran away again to another forest in a different state. And like, I can only isolate for so long, right? I have found a lot internally of who I want to be and how I want to interact. But then I think I made the decision to come on YouTube and overanalyze it all, to hell and back. And I don't think that's good for my mental health. I think that I have been, as Street Maxer would say, I've been life denying. And I have been life denying. I have been isolating. I have been staying alone by myself. I really am struggling with friendships. I don't really try to socialize. And I want to go back to school, I think. I have been looking at schools for the past couple days. I've been looking at schools for the past couple days. I think I want to go have an on-campus experience at a college. I don't know if I want to do it forever. I don't know if I want to, I don't know what degree I want to get. I don't know where I want to go necessarily. But I need more direction than trying to affirm my existence through the internet. Because it leads to me doing crazy people shit, like pretending to be a detrans female. And I had this whole explanation built up around that, where it's like, oh, technically we all start as like female, or like, and then like we develop, but like, it's just stupid, honestly. The truth is that like, I'm just too chronically online. And I did some chronically online shit. I got a little bit caught up in the clicks, the views, I guess you could say. I don't know. It's not even that I got caught up in it. It's that I got scared of the audience that I built. I made the choice to talk about all these things, but then it was like, now what do I talk about? I don't know. And like, I don't have good connection. I don't have good internet connection. I don't have good like connection to the world. I don't have good connection with other people. And it makes it hard to fully engage in this as like an online person, and it makes it even harder to engage in real life with, or not real life, with like people in the physical reality. I can't stream. My internet's not good enough. I can't really do reaction videos. My internet's not good enough to watch the videos. I can do, but then I have to like edit them all manually. I don't have any money. And like, I can't really afford to keep making videos like this. I can't, that's the other thing. I can't afford to continue on like I'm continuing. I think I've been running from a lot of hard facts regarding my situation. I'm in a lot of debt. I don't make nearly any money. I'm not in school. I live in the middle of nowhere. I'm not like plugged in to the internet very well because of location and funds. My whole life, I just wanted to become somebody who could live as a woman. And I've done it now. I've become somebody who can live as a woman. But now I have to actually go live as a woman rather than just wanting to rot or kill myself as I have. Yeah, I don't know. Just, again, sorry if anybody was offended and they felt mocked. Sorry if I offended anyone, if they felt like I was mocking them. That wasn't the goal. That wasn't what I was going for. It really had nothing to do with anybody else and everything to do with myself. I think Isaac had made the claim that like, oh, Kat's probably gonna go on and try and punk some news station. But I'm not. I just want to be able to live the reality of feeling like a woman. And because of all of the hang-ups, all of my own brainworms in my own head, I struggle with it. And that's it. I struggle to see myself as the way I want to be seen because I'm trans, and because I'm a trans woman, because I'm dysphoric, because I don't like looking at myself, because I can't look, because I grow facial hair, because my body's big. There's so many things that add up that like, I don't know. They feel like insurmountable battles sometimes. But I think it's because I'm platforming them, right? Like, it's kind of the idea that you don't want to have a debate with a Nazi because then you're platforming a Nazi's beliefs. I shouldn't be focusing on all of these things that are brainworming me, because I'm platforming the brainworms. Like, I should be going and like living my life. I shouldn't be life denying. And street maxer means this to be a very different thing than what I'm referring it to mean, but I have been life denying for a long time because I was scared of life and I was angry at being who I was. And it's time to just grow up, I guess. And I don't know what that means for my channel in the future. I don't know what that means for my digital presence. I don't know what content to make. I don't know how to help people. I feel like I'm being harmful, and my brain is telling me that I'm hurting everyone. And people around me are saying that I'm not, and that people are getting value out of or that's what people close to me say. They're like, people get value out of your content. You have valuable insights. But I struggle to see it the same way myself. I just feel like I'm hurting everybody, and I don't want to hurt anybody. And I don't want to hurt myself anymore either, because I've hurt myself for a long time. Anyways, that's all I got, I think. But